Ray Mendoza joins us in studio today. Ray is the chief of our Lubbock ISD Police Department, and we're doing some recruiting right now. But before we talk about recruiting, let's just talk about school law enforcement. Chief, thanks for being with us this morning.
Thank you for having me.
Of course. So sometimes there are questions about how is a school police officer different than like a Lubbock police officer. There are differences in what a regular police officer does and a school police officer does. So what can you tell us about that?
Well, let's just start off by first of all saying is that we are a bona fide law enforcement agency. We have all the same authorities as the Lubbock Police Department and the Sheriff's Department does have. However, we focus our attention on the safety and security of our campuses and then our staff and students. Not necessarily in that order, but that is what we focus on. We're not out there writing traffic tickets unless it's in a school zone. We do have that authority, but we focus all our attention on how we can help the staff and the students, get a good education and focus on that. And that's how we're different.
Absolutely, and we know that you work closely with our school safety and security department. That's a tongue twister. And there have been some new requirements that have come out of recent legislation, and one of those has been a police officer or law enforcement officer at every campus in the district. And so tell us a little bit about what we've been doing to try to fulfill that requirement.
Right, so they give us a couple of different options in that House Bill 3. And so one of the options is that we hire school resource officers, or we just hire officers in general that are already licensed working for another agency, and they come work part-time for us or give us a couple of days a week and work at some of our campuses. And while they're on those campuses, we have some expectations for them. They help us out with door checks. They help us out when there's any kind of breach of the peace going on. And of course, more than anything, is they're there for the students and to engage with the students as much as possible.
Absolutely. Well, we get questions about that because folks know about that requirement. In addition to these great partnerships that we have with our local law enforcement agencies, what are some other ways that we work with them aside from filling these spaces on the campuses?
Well, let me just begin by telling you that having those officers on our campus lets them know the inner workings of how the school system works, and it builds those relationships. So if, God forbid, we ever had a major incident, those officers are prepared. They can come in and assist us right away. And so building those relationships is where this is, hopefully getting us, and hopefully they can stay with us quite a while and continue to help us, with this. The safety and security of our campuses. Absolutely.
So for anyone out there might be watching who's wondering how they could get more information or apply even for a position with Lubbock ISD and the police department, what do we want to tell them?
Well, if you're looking for a part-time job, we're looking for officers that are already certified, already working for a department somewhere, and they can come in and assist us. If they're working, you just want to come work part-time, they can start by emailing me at ray.mendoza.lubbockisd.org, and I will send them a set of instructions on how to do that application process.
Okay, great. Well, Chief, we appreciate you spending a few minutes with us today, and thank you to you and the Lubbock ISD police officers and our local law enforcement agencies for helping keep our campuses safe for our staff and students.
Thank you.